Still be a little
Yeah.
closer, but you know what I mean. But what's up, people? We're back. We're here again for another episode of Horror with Sir Sturdy. And tonight we are reviewing the movie Swallow, which I'm just grabbing the card right now because I forgot to grab it earlier. And shout out to Heavy D, by the way. Now that we found love is the title, the terrifying desire of Swallow, which is just now that we
That,
found love
that's a
it is.
better title. That's a
It
better
works,
title.
don't it? It works.
It did.
Honestly, man, I got it. Listen, people. So here's what happened, right? I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I was doing themes for this year. Started it last year. Well, no, I didn't. Yeah, we did. Started in December, and continue with it. I'm gonna keep continuing with it. And this month, till death do us part. It's like couples in horror type of deal, whether they're the villains, the victims, whatever the case may be. And this is one of the movies that popped up on the fucking list, and I wish it didn't, because it's more of a thriller and a fucking
I
drama.
don't even give it that. It's a drama. I felt like I was watching a TLC movie.
That's fair. That's fucking fair. But we're still gonna talk shit
It was,
about this.
it, it was about a disease. About it. Basically, the girl had mental problems. She has that disease. Not disease. It's a disorder. Pica.
Yeah,
It's where you eat random shit.
and it's like an addiction. It's crazy. Like the
But
th-
I thought she was going to start getting a taste of humans or something,
that would have
like
made it
biting her
better.
husband and shit.
Or if it was some sort of possession. If it was
That
some
too.
sort of possession
Something,
or
man.
some sort of voice, just something. But it wasn't. It wasn't that.
No, she eats something. Her stomach hurts. They bring her to the hospital, give her surgery. Then they get her a bodyguard to watch her so she don't eat nothing because she's pregnant.
Mhm.
And the husband wants the baby, so he's like really his true feelings. Like he'll baby her until she does something. He calls her a cunt and shit.
Yeah, the
Like
husband ain't shit.
he just wants the baby. I think he was going to plan to divorce her after
Something.
the
The
baby
husband
was
ain't shit.
born. But anyways, got a fucking bodyguard to watch her. She still sneaks and eating fucking screws and needles and shit.
Screws and
Surgery
needles.
again.
Somehow a fucking battery. Those jacks. She kept eating them shits. Dirt from the
She
garden.
eats
Rocks.
Jacks.
All kinds of shit.
She
Like a
ate that.
child.
She ate that. She ate that extender for a screwdriver.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm leaving that relationship. That's just too much. I'll pay for a doctor or
It's
whatever, but I'm out.
insane.
You were eating
That's
crazy ass shit like
insane.
that.
And the thing is, like, she just started doing it. I guess they were dating for a while. They got married.
No,
Why all of a sudden she
they're
just started
engaged.
doing
They
it?
weren't married yet. They were engaged.
Oh, that's right. They're engaged. But he was dating her for a while. And she never was she doing this all along? Keep going to the
Don't
hospital?
if I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe what triggered it is just the way that him and his family, and like everybody treats her like she doesn't exist, kind of.
It's weird. Like I said, it's like a fucking Hallmark or TLC movie.
Because you got to think about it. Remember when they went out to eat? Right, it was like him. I'm assuming his parents and like his work people, friends slash work coworkers. And she's telling some story in the beginning, and then whoever cuts her off to talk to her husband, and her husband, instead of saying, like my wife was fucking talking, shut the fuck up, he just talks and has his conversation. She's just kind of sitting by herself, like not by herself, you know what I mean? Like when you're in a room full of people, but you're alone. And
Mhm.
she's just sitting at the table, and she starts eating the ice, and it crunches loud, and their conversation like stops, and I look at her, and she's like, "This is some really good ice." It starts like right there, but I
It
feel like
did. It started right
it's
there.
like
Yeah.
that either loneliness or uncomfortable feeling. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. And yeah, they look down on her because she was poor. She's retail, and they're rich. And the son marries her,
Yeah.
engaged to her, and got her pregnant. Probably the reason why he's engaged to her.
Hmm.
So yeah, they don't want. They're like, ugh, we don't want her in our family, but because she's pregnant, we got to deal with her.
That's what it definitely seems like. That's what it definitely
So I
definitely
can see that she didn't feel wanted, and I get that why now her past ties into it
Oh, fuck
because
yeah, yo, her past is nuts. Her
she's
past is
yeah
nuts.
she was a baby born from rape.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
lie.
Yup,
I'm sorry I'm late.
You're good.
Had a little couple difficulties, but I'm here now.
you're fired.
Oh, all right,
Leave
bye.
now.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated because I'm literally just getting off my show, and I was so excited to be here because I like this
So
movie.
good, man.
It wasn't a bad movie,
Okay,
but
you like it. I got a question.
Mhm.
Did it feel more like a TLC movie or something? This is not no horror movie.
No, it didn't feel like a horror movie. It's one of those A24 horror though. Like they can get really deep into horror at A24, like the X's and the Maxine or Pearl and stuff, but
Mhm.
then they have these light ones that are just adjacent. Now, I will say this came out around the time like when we were still in isolation. Like if not during, like right after, because I saw this through the Alamo. And I
Mhm.
can't remember if I saw it in the theater or if I saw it because they did it for a while at Alamo at home during the pandemic, where you could rent movies and watch them. They would have filmmakers actually come on. You could talk to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they really killed it. So like this was one that but if not, this was one that I saw shortly after theaters started kind of opening back up and things started happening because I think it was a part of a film festival. It was an odd movie. I would not classify this as a horror movie as much as maybe like an intense drama.
That's why I was going with the drama.
Tense
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah. That's probably where I would go with it, honestly.
Tense drama.
I think she did great though, personally. Sorry, I didn't cut you off, but
Oh no, I was just
No,
gonna
it's
make
a good movie, but
that's like
it's hard to
put a
rate
little
it
bit of
because it's not a horror movie.
yeah.
So
That's a problem.
I
And
mean,
I was
I would
telling
rate
them
it as a normal movie, about a 6.5, 7.
I can see
That is
that.
a horror movie. I definitely would probably be lower. I'd probably put it around a 4.
see. I'm
I'm
probably
even
around the
lower.
same.
I'm like a 2. I'm like a
Like
2.
it's tough because it's not a
Because
horror. Yeah.
I almost wanted to disqualify it. I'm like, what am I watching? I'm like, I'm watching fucking a drama on TLC about a disorder about pica.
That's basically
I'm
it.
like,
Right.
what the fuck is going on here? I was waiting
I've
for her to start like they're having sex and she's like biting them, and she was gonna get like the taste of flesh or something. I was like, come on, pick it up. Where's the horror part? It didn't happen. I was like, this bitch is
I mean,
nails. Stop eating screws, bitch. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
this is a little more highbrow. Like if you classify this as horror at all, I would say it's more highbrow horror.
I don't know,
but
I see horror in my head is something to try to scare you. I don't know where you get scared anything about this, unless you're afraid of disorders and everything. You're like, do I have that? I do chew my nails. I like chewing on pencils, and you start freaking out. Or
I mean,
something.
honestly though, somebody like that, it may be a horror movie too. Then, if you want to go there and if you want to use that, which there are people, I'm not trying to be funny, but there are people that have those disabilities or those issues, and they may look at this, and this movie may terrify them because of that issue.
How many
Or maybe
movies were
somebody
have
has-
fear of heights? You know, like The Fall or stuff like that. So yeah, I mean,
Yo, what did you see The Fall, Mick?
the one that you recently did, yeah, I've seen that.
What'd you think?
I watched it because of you, but I didn't get to do a show.
No, what'd you think of the movie?
I liked it. It was a little long.
It was long as shit.
That was my only thing. I was like, I mean, this isn't bad, but it's like I liked it, but I was like, you need to tighten it up a little bit. I'm like, this is a little much. Like, can one of you fall?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens.
I do like the way they played that out, though.
No, like when it got to the tense drama filled scenes, like they were doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of time in between.
Oh, fuck done. I think that movie was almost damn near 2 hours. I could have cut easily 45 minutes out of that shit of just sitting out there looking at the sky and all that bullshit. There's a lot of movies that do that stupid shit too. Yes, the scenery is beautiful, but we don't need 45 minutes of nothing. You can give us 5 minutes of nothing, and the rest is the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, you have a good concept, but that is not a 2-hour horror movie. That is
No.
70, maybe 80 minutes, and you're good.
Yeah, and if you're
So-
afraid of heights, it's something that'll fuck with you. If you're someone who's really afraid of heights, yeah.
You know,
I am.
I gotta say it. I gotta say it to the fucking horror filmmakers. You revere John Carpenter. You revere the man. So why don't you tell stories like him? And I mean, in the timely fashion that he does, and telling less and showing less. And like, very rarely do I see. In fact, if I was really going to say the atmospheric vibe of watching a horror film that is reminiscent of the atmospheric vibe I got from any John Carpenter films back in the day, I would say Ari Aster. I'm not a big fan of his stories, and he's a little too long-winded too, but atmosphere-wise, he really nails it. The Strangers is the closest I felt to the first time I watched Halloween than any other horror movie. And I think it's the closest in tone. And if you ask me, anything else that has slasher wrapped up into it has more in line with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Friday 13th. So
Okay.
I just like, we're pushing 2-hour movies because we want to have our friends in it, or we want to have casts and this and that, we want to do this. And it's like, see what you can do with 5 people and 70 minutes. They'll put it on this big screen. You don't have to have 2 hours for them to do it. In fact, I'm sure theaters want movies to be hits that are way less time, so they have more screen time to play movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why, like, when stuff like this, and it's like, not bad, good movies, but
I guess my only argument to that would be, Mick, with the whole theater thing, is if it's one of those movies that's 2-3 hours, it's excellent. It's like, well, I know these motherfuckers are gonna come up here for snacks about 3 or 4 times.
And that's very true. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't mind those
but
3 or 4 hours.
but I get what you're saying though. They have to be good fucking movies, not just a 2-hour movie to be a 2-hour movie.
But will you go to a 3-hour movie, or will you go to a 2.5 or 3-hour movie every week?
No.
So you're going to lose money, because you will go see, like, that's why kids movies do really well. Kids can sit in the theater for an hour, hour and a half tops, and have fun. And again, I do rally against the 2-hour plus movies. Like 2 hours, I think should be a good cutoff, but I think that's a terrible cutoff for horror. Horror needs to be, even when it's a slow burn, it needs to be something shorter. It needs to be something.
I don't see, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't mind a long slow burn if it's too, but it just has to be worth it. For me, it has, like, the climax or whatever you want to call it, has to be worth it. It can't just be a long ass movie with, say, a somewhat interesting story, and then it's just like, oh, so this is how it ends. Fuck.
Well,
I just wasted
that
2
other
hours.
movie you just reviewed, let's use that as an example. Mummy Murders.
Okay.
Mummy Murders, like, what, hour 20 minutes tops?
I thought it was an hour 40.
Okay,
I can't remember.
Yeah, but still kind of plays into what I'm saying. So let's say hour 45.
Mhm.
There's a movie that was a slow burn. I think we can both agree it's a very slow burn.
Oh yeah,
but that was a good payoff, in my opinion.
yes.
He had so, like, by the time I got to that end, if you can nail any end, people are going to walk away happy. If they don't like it, if they're not talking about it, then you have a terrible ending. But that was an ending where it's like, I never expected it to go there, and it did. And even then, because you get to that point where you get a reveal, and then she chooses what she wants to do, and then it's even longer of a burn. They take it even further. So, like, they really tested my boundaries with that, because I almost was like, I liked this whole thing, but I'm not willing to stay another little while for this. But they did really good tension building. But that's my thing. It's like, could you see that at 2 hours plus and that still be an effective?
No.
I think that's why you got to keep the horror and the thrillers tighter, personally.
I mean, overall, I agree. But again, if it's a deep enough story, And if you can pull it off, of course, go for it. But there's a lot of films that are. I don't even know you can pull off a fucking hour. That's for some of them. But I'm not even trying to be an asshole. But it's just like you're trying to do because what it is, I feel like when you have a 2-hour movie, instead of like trying to tell out this really good thought out story, you're trying to tell like 25 different stories and try to cram it all into 2 hours instead of okay, let's break this down, let's iron this out. Okay, let's tell these two stories and these is how they connect, and let's make them connect in the middle so that way the story can continue on or whatever the case may be. But so like once you hit that 2-hour mark, you're like, oh my god, that movie was fucking amazing. Holy shit, I'm so glad I came to see this.
Yeah, I remember we reviewed a couple movies. I forgot what they were, but they were way too long. That we're like that should they should if they took out this, and this, then we all agree to like they should have made this a short.
Yeah.
I'll say even more so for indie movies, like they don't need to be any longer than an hour and a half. Just because once they get to an hour and 45, 2 hours, again, it feels like a lot of filler stuff. This is from indie and up, not just for indie, but indie and up, all the way up to Hollywood and all that shit. I feel like once certain movies hit after that hour and a half mark, maybe even hour 45 mark, then a lot of filler shit starts coming in, even if it's throughout the movie. But I feel like that's when it's like, oh fuck, guys. We have all this shit that we love in this script, and we have an hour and 45 minutes, or we have like a weird time. We might as well just make it this. We might as well just make it. You know what I mean? We have an hour and 50 minutes, so we might as well just make it 2 hours or some shit. I don't fucking know, but you get what I'm saying. And then it's like, okay, now let's fucking how are we gonna do? Okay, let's just add some filler shit here. And it's like, what the fuck? Just leave it where it was at the hour and a half. Why add that extra bullshit? You want to add extra shit? Add extras, add behind the scenes, add that, add that shit for that. Save that hour for that. Leave the movie here.
I just don't like fillers that have nothing to do with the movie.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean.
Like the water skiing scene.
I know a movie.
Or the movie last week. What did I say? The one scene was way too long. Oh, the Star Trek, the camping.
Way too long.
In fact, those are the things I liked about that movie. I liked the interaction between the core and all those things, and all of the brother stuff. I was like, come on.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. It felt like it was too long. I was like, where's you gotta come on, start getting to the mission here. Let's go.
Yeah.
I started getting impatient, but then it started getting better. I was like, okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when they got fillers that make fucking Blood Lake. I don't want to see your home video water skiing.
That was movie. I think that Blood Lake was camping home videos filled in with like people getting killed.
Yeah. Yeah. It was horrible. Okay, I'm gonna start getting angry.
It was a filler. Blood Lake was what you call a filler film. And once you guys make the sequel, make sure you guys give me a shout out because
the sequel
so fucking much. Supposedly
these people probably changed their name and denying they ever made it.
If they do make a sequel, I truly believe they owe you for that.
I think someone should talk to the people who made this and remake it.
That's what I said, and that's what Sturdy said.
Yeah.
We even came up with an idea.
Yep. Well, nice.
Let me get the rights because
nice.
I'll treat it right.
Let's just call it Lake Blood and film it.
There you go.
Blood.
Just swap
it's different enough. Like, in fact, we added so much of a story to it. It's unrecognizable because there's no fucking story in the original.
Are you going to end it on him standing in an empty lake, dried up lake, just standing there?
No, the lake's gonna be dried up until the end of the movie. Then it's gonna fill it.
Stupid fucking movie. God damn! Fuck that movie.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, man! Blood.
Matter of fact, they are doing I can't say this live. If they're at a con or something, I have to go meet them. I have something to say.
Oh, to the Blood Lake crew. Like, shit.
Yeah.
I want to meet them. No. Listen, I want to talk. Listen, you need to just give me the rights or sell me the rights to this movie at a fair deal because I should own this. And then
I get angry. Every time I think about this movie. That's not good for my heart.
We're gonna make you the little kid in it.
James.
Oh, sweet.
He swears enough and says all the crazy shit. You might
Hey,
as well
baby. Hey, baby. Guess you're getting lucky with tonight.
Hell yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
get out a mullet, and he did not care. It's like, you're
The
12.
thing is, how would we convince our wives to play the female roles of this for the women that you're hitting on and all that stuff?
How would
My wife is the more the she's not a wild type, so she's not like will do something like insane.
Mine either. She wouldn't want to be a part of this at all. She'd be like, you better figure something out.
That's true. My wife is more like she'll play the motherly or the more like sane one, like guys, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, but what if you're the one like, hey
Clean up.
baby, I want whatever that kid was saying, you have to say it to her. You have to use his lines on She wouldn't find it too funny.
I should get the quotes and fucking try it.
You should. Oh, yo, do it. Don't record it. Just do it. Yeah, test it out first. Make sure you're safe.
It'll be fucking funny. She'll look at me and go, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See James coming to work next day wearing some sunglasses. What's up, guys?
Yo, best sex ever.
You think so?
That's what he's gonna say. He's gonna walk in and say best sex ever.
Yeah.
Or he'd be like, but you were what? How's that even possible?
You have blisters on your hands. I was beating off all day and all night yesterday, man.
He's doing something completely. No, listen. Anytime you walk into a room, no matter what you're doing, you walk out of the bathroom, best sex ever.
I'm not saying that walking out of the men's room.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's better than everybody thinking I took a shit.
You see another dude come out there smiling like, yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Exactly.
I thought of it as like a one-person bathroom.
Because you got to think about it. You have friends like James. Like if you said that in the men's room and walked out, he walked right behind you. He's gonna say some crazy shit right behind you. He's white. You know this.
I'll be zipping up my pants and like, or wiping my lips, going like this.
See,
you gotta poke your head out and be like, anybody got a Ziploc bag? A Ziploc bag and a rubber band. We're gonna fuck.
Oh my gosh! Listen, guys, I'm gonna fill you guys in on a lesson. You can't out white guys because they just, no matter what it is, they just have to. They make sure they outdo their minorities real quick. That's within the first 1 or 2 rounds, and then when they outdo each other, that's when it gets ridiculous.
But listen,
back and forth with each other. It's just like
we don't have no line. We're like a Lamborghini. We started 0 to 60 in fucking 2 seconds.
I know. I'm just like, I gotta go.
We don't ease into the jokes. We don't sit there alone. Let's start off with this. I go right in.
Like
I go for the kills.
Unlike this
I think
movie,
it's well known that white people in the past have been conquerors of sorts. So we be conquering this conversation.
holy shit! Someone should have conquered this script and made it scary. That's what should have happened.
I know.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think as a regular sort of intense drama, I think it works. Though it's a good movie, but you're right.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
But this is something you'd watch on like Lifetime, and then people would agree, like, "Oh, her husband's an asshole."
Yeah, he was an asshole.
He was horrible.
Definitely.
Like all joking aside, he was
parents.
Yeah. Oh my god, this fucking parent, dude.
The mother.
So basically, what that was where the kid grows up. I mean, his parents are rich. His parents own the company. He probably works with his parents, so but they give him his allowance and tell him what he can and can't do. Because remember when his wife was in the therapy session at first, and they're like, "Well, we're paying her, paying the therapist, and my son can remember the husband was like, I can stay in here because this is my wife, and I'm gonna stay in here or some shit and all this extra shit." All because of money. Like they think their money can control every single thing and every single person, every single facet.
That's white people with money. And anybody.
I think that's anybody with a lot of money.
Anybody with money, really.
Anybody with a lot of money. I don't even think that has a color. I think it's just the type of person you are. It's like
money takes over.
If my broke ass can tell these people what to do and this, that, and the third, and boss these people around, have them do everything at my will, I would, but I can't. So I got to pay them. I got to be a billionaire and pay them to make them feel good enough, but not to pull that shit out when I have to. And like that's basically what they did with their son, in a sense. And then he's so hopped up in it, he's so blind to it that he doesn't see he's being controlled by his parents. Doesn't really have his own life, so he puts it all out on her. Or he knows he just can't. He's not man enough to just go out on his own because he's too scared. He's too soft to kind of go out on
I
his
go
own.
with that one.
Probably a mix of both.
Any guy who can abuse a woman like that, or anybody really.
Yeah, because that could be guy or girl. Because
that's them trying to hold on to what they think manhood is.
Because, and the reason why I say that's not gender specific is because that role can easily be reversed to where
it can. I was just saying from the man.
Oh no, I know, because where the guy can have that same exact disease and be embarrassed, and then just kind of being shamed for it, and then of course growing up broke and all that other shit. That's already a fucking. That's the thing now with broke women being mad at dudes broke nowadays. So just imagine the rich one. He's broke. I can't be with him, bitch. You're on Section 8. What are you talking about? You don't even work. Shut up.
You're going into a whole other topic.
It's mixing into it. But where the fuck was I getting with this? I forgot.
We're gonna call you Andrew Tater Tots.
No. What I was getting at is like that part isn't gender specific though, with the money thing, and then the disability she had, and then just like the whole. But I'm just like, fuck, man. This could have been. It wasn't a bad movie. Again, if it was on Popcorn and Pints, it would have been a better rating. But it's gonna be a 2.
What do you think about the ending?
I mean, I thought the whole movie.
She gave her a miscarriage.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I
mean, it had it like. I don't want to say it had to. All right, it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to like get into the political feeling inside of it, but like. Jesus, of course, right? How is it going to end any other way?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
it's horrible.
Because she'll be linked to them. They will find her.
Yep.
It's their only way out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But also for your child, like, that's basically your child is now going to grow up like them
on the run. Or like
not on the run. I would say that.
Oh yeah, they would easily find her. They would find her easily.
No, they would have found her.
They would have found her. She would have been tucked away, fed pills, and that child is now like
groomed to be just like them.
I get it, and I don't. Well, listen. I get it, and I would never judge for it.
I mean, at the same time, though, like all joking aside, wouldn't that happen, or wouldn't something happen with her with all the stuff that she's eating?
No,
with her disability,
it could have eventually.
Yeah,
but so far it didn't.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember when she is a doctor, but the therapist was saying how she ate a battery. She's like, if that battery would have
killed her,
if it would have spilled, it could have killed you and the baby. So stuff like that, like you don't know what she would eat next. She was eating, she was putting fucking dirt in her pockets at the motel and looking around like somebody's gonna yell at her for putting dirt in her pockets. And just look at it. Like if I seen somebody putting dirt in their pockets, I'm gonna look at it, what the fuck? But I'm not gonna yell at them for it.
She got takeout before she went to bed, man.
But like that, I think that's what I mean. Like, well, that's what I mean by with the end with the miscarriage. It's like, how is it going to go the way? Okay. You know, like how was it ever? And like, I get it. Like, I get it from the standpoint, and like I said, I wouldn't judge. But I also mean it from like her disability. How do you have a baby? That's got to be torture.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's crazy.
And
this is more like a horror movie.
Going back to her husband though, the thing, he was just fucking like it's the party, his birthday party. First of all, I want to punch him in his face, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But when the one lady comes up and she's talking, and she offers her something to eat, she's like, no, I couldn't eat anymore, blah, 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 blah. And she walks back, it's like, I could have my stomach pumped or whatever. And then she apologizes and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, so you told your whole fucking family, your whole fucking office about your wife's disability. You never comforted her. You never made her feel like you seen if she felt good, sat down with her, nothing, made sure she was okay. You just kind of thought about yourself, your job, your birthday, and kind of like making yourself look good in front of everybody. I'm like,
that is where he did tell everybody. That's something you wouldn't want people to know about.
No, like, not even as like an embarrassment. It's like, one, you don't want to embarrass her, and two, if she wants to tell people, she'll tell people. That's her business, and that's her business.
Well, the only thing I will say is, yeah, it was completely wrong in the movie. Like, I would understand talking to some people, like if your wife has a condition like that, like you said, you could see her picking up dirt and it's like putting in her pocket, and you're like, no, that's fucking weird. But like if it's an employee that's working for you and stuff like that, that's a lot. And I think in today's world, you know, telling, like, I don't think like that. Again, I'm not sticking up for the guy now. I'm saying for, you know, if you're doing work or something, you talk to your wife first. He should be comforting her and be like, listen, I'd like to let people know before they come over for the party, you know, just a few,
no,
and
but
you know, stuff like that.
oh no, go ahead. Actually,
But like
sorry.
there will be a respect thing there. Like it's not like a, hey, I'm just going to
Yeah.
announce this, and that's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, right, this comes up and the party's like a week later or a few days later. Like, yo, listen, fuck the party. Got some personal shit going on. The party's not important right now.
Oh, he don't care about
It
her.
could be
That's
the
the
day.
thing.
For me,
It's about
for me,
social
it
life.
could be the day of. It could be 5 minutes before the party. If something's going on with my wife, yo, fuck the party. Well, fuck you if you got a problem with that.
But you are the exception to this rule, to the movie's rule.
Yeah.
Like it's
True. I know movies got a movie and all that, but I'm just saying, just like
he is the villain,
turn
like, of the story.
the
So
realism
yeah.
in it.
that's like saying, hey,
No,
why is Lex
his
Luthor
social
being a
life is more
dickhead?
important than anything. Keep
His
up
yeah.
appearances when you're that rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, up appearances.
And that's true. Like that's like a real thing. Like rich people are like, yeah, I mean, we know that's true, but what I mean by that is like, of course it's that society, like, you know, like we need to differentiate yourself from this, like, because this is where we are. We see it every single day. It seems to be like a fucking rule. So to show the intensity here of that sort of being her norm, I like, they thought they did a really good job, like the actors.
This reminded me. I don't know when it happened, what year, but did anybody see where that politician came to work and they're like, "Sir, I got a question." Like, "Yeah, what is it?" They're like, "Your wife just died yesterday. Why are you here?" And he was like, "I got a job to do." I
I've
was
heard
like,
that before.
"God damn,
I have heard that before. I've
dude,
heard of that
no
story.
way! You got to have a mourning period, man."
No, I agree. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm just.
I don't know. See, with that though, I feel like there's no fuck. It's one of those ways where I feel like there's no wrong way to grieve. Well, I mean, unless you're harming somebody, of course, but I don't mean it like that. Like if people are just like, I have to get back to work, if that's the way that they get through things, I mean, and maybe it's not them getting through it. Maybe it's them getting through it, but maybe not dealing with it at the time. But I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It was crazy.
It's
I
tough.
definitely agree. Like that is a crutch. That's not a good thing. Like,
yeah,
you should take time, go seek help. Like if you lose, especially a spouse, how can anybody alive be like, I can deal with this on my own?
Yeah,
Unless you
I'm
hate
gonna
it,
go to work.
and then it's
Yeah,
like,
unless you hate them. Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go to work tomorrow.
yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, like this, like we were saying too earlier too. His family was a piece of shit. His mom was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
His dad, like they were just I was like, damn, you guys are no fucking help at all.
They all at times played all nice, like they care, but then backstab 1 second later.
Oh,
the only good person was the bodyguard, the babysitter.
Yeah, that's how it always
He
is.
really felt sorry for her and everything.
He helped her get away.
Helped her. Yeah,
he helped her escape. He helped her get away.
Yeah.
He's the one. He did what the family should have been doing. Is when she was like scared, is like comforting her to made sure she was okay. When she was hiding under the bed crying, he crawled under there. He's like, "A little dust, you gotta clean." And then not too long after that, she left. She went to the bathroom and she left. And he made sure to make sure she got away first before he went and kind of, oh yeah, she's in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, they do a good job. Like I liked how they laid this whole thing out, and yeah, I mean, we can argue all day like this is how the family should have been to her.
Yeah,
but we're also horror fans, so like, that family's good to her. It ain't a good movie for us. So like, I do dig that, just the performances, like just how everything kind of played out, and I thought her being so she was such a sympathetic character.
Mhm.
You really fell for her throughout this entire thing, and she nailed that so well.
No, I agree. The acting was really, really well in this movie. The acting was really well, and especially like with her, she had like this innocent, naive kind of thing with her like throughout most of the movie, and the whole movie I'm like, when is she gonna fucking flip? When is she gonna flip? And it didn't happen. And I'm just like, she didn't
I
flip.
never thought she would. When I first saw this, I never thought she would.
I thought she would after a while, just with all the abuse. It wasn't physical, but just with all the, you know what I mean, all the mental bullying and all that other shit that she was dealing with. I thought she was eventually gonna just snap, like, leave me the fuck alone. But
That's not realistic, though.
it's
Yeah.
Not to abuse, because
By-
most people who are
by-
abused,
well, yeah, you got a point.
it's like people who are trapped. That's a different story. Until they are warped or things like that.
I
until
mean,
their
bro,
brains are trapped.
maybe she felt trapped too, though, because remember how the mother was always, you know, you don't have anything. Where's your family? You don't have any money.
Yeah,
You're
that's where you
poor.
going.
This, that, and the
Yeah.
third. So there's
Oh yeah.
there's the mental abuse, and there's the trapped feeling right there.
And she called her mother, and her mother didn't even want her to come because her
Yeah.
sister's there pregnant or something, or had a baby.
And she's
like, there's no room.
She mentioned her mother earlier because remember when she was like, fuck did she say? She was like, yeah, she's like, I have a mom, she's like, and I have sisters too, and my sisters love me, and this, that, and the third, but it could have been that kind of like a upset, kind of sad, kind of coping, kind of like, you know what I mean? Because her past is so fucked up. When you find out about her dad.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's the thing, like abused people who haven't recovered from that trauma, especially childhood, they grow into the comfortability of knowing that you're with an abuser rather than questioning whether you're ever going to be abused, you know?
Mhm.
So it becomes like this, like, okay, when's the other shoe going to drop? If you're with a good person, until the trust can truly be built. And it takes a long time. It also takes healing from the other person. But for this, it's like, I definitely get why she would have been attracted to him. That's a type. Like, he's an abuser.
Mhm.
It's just like her father and the parents like that, just like her mother and you know, and the rest of her family. Like, it's enablers to it and stuff like that. So it's and abusers in themselves. That's why, like, for this movie, like, even then I'd probably give it a 7.5 thinking about it and really diving into it. I definitely get the horror wise. But even then, you argue it's like, what is horror by today's standards in this elevated horror world? Mental health plays a big role in the horror world rather than like in-your-face slasher.
It does, but I still feel like with mental health, they still do a little bit more.
Yeah,
they do.
But it has to go down to. It has to go like a dark route or something. As like something goes on. Like, there's got to be like someone dies or so. I don't know, something.
I agree. I do agree. I agree to the standard of movies. Right. So maybe like another subgenre. Well, it is kind of, if you call it elevated horror, but they do that to have the negative connotation on the rest of horror, but that's why I don't really like it. But yeah, Gravy. We were talking about that last week. The one with Sean Spencer from. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the comments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slinky, we're gonna do that on Sturdo Vision. I will add it to the list. And your Jersey brother saying, "What's up to you?"
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Gravy,
dude. Oh, I think he's on the show this week for Godzilla.
Yeah, we got to discuss that.
Yeah, we gotta get that figured out. But anyway, yeah. So like, I do think that there is room for this in today's world of horror and subgenres. Because let's be real too, horror is the only one with like almost an infinite amount of subgenres and subgenres and all this stuff. Like, name another genre that's really like that.
That's true.
You know, like horror, like offsets everything because everybody can be afraid of everything. So to take this out and say, well, it's not on the level of what I think is horror. There's a lot of stuff on the level that you don't think is horror. Then, you know, you or I. Like, I'm not saying just you, but like you or I. So I would almost keep it open. I almost like that horror is that open. and brings people in. It's more communal.
You
With
got a
tribes.
point there, though.
So yeah.
Is this the one? Definitely looking for Godzilla and the King.
Oh no, that's 90. I think that's 2 episodes from now. So I'll figure it out. We'll
2
get
episodes?
there. Yeah, we'll figure that out off the air. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Talk about
Fuck. Well, that is, you do have a point with that though, man, because horror is all over the place. That's why it is my favorite genre out of every genre, because it can honestly be mixed with any other genre and still be horror. Versus, I don't see any other genre, like you were saying, having subgenres. And if they do, I'm sure some do. Not as many as horror, because horror has
sci-fi does, but not like horror.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's them in comedy. I would say is the closest to subgenres.
But they also have that subgenre because they mix into horror, so they're also a subgenre of what the horror.
Oh no, I'm just talking about genres of movies. So like comedy has
Okay.
slapstick comedy, has dark comedy, has
Okay,
all different
okay.
types of comedy. So
I see
like,
what you're saying.
but horror is like you have werewolf movies. I mean, you have slasher movies, you have monster movies, you have and then you have the subs of like you have werewolf movies, vampire movies. You know,
That's,
like,
you're so true, because you have the
zombie
creature
movies.
features. Creature features is its own subgenre, and then the creatures is another fucking subgenre. It's a subgenre of a subgenre.
Yeah, it's an endless umbrella. It just keeps going.
It is.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Especially the cult shit comes in, like Hereditary, Midsommar came in.
Yeah.
So those type of movies are being made down. So they're fucking in there.
But even take
that's a whole category.
Midsommar is very similar to this movie with the mental health.
It kind of is. You're right. It is. You're right.
It's
just a little bit darker. Crazier shit happened in that, though. I think that's why I thought it was more.
I would hard argue, though,
I haven't seen that
because that had crazier moments that were horrific. This movie is just a more subdued version because there's horrific elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it just isn't as in your face. So it's like, you remember The Innkeepers, the Ty West movie, The Innkeepers, where they have the ghosts. And it's a slow burn.
Oh yeah.
Another one I thought was a really good slow burn movie, but not very in your face. A couple of jump scares here and there, but for the most part, just very slow burn, sort of like this. And then you take Ty West's House of the Devil, which is a slow burn, but it's like when shit goes off, it goes off, and it don't stop until it's over. So like, and that's why I love being able to compare movies like this. Just to say, like, yeah, it all can be horror, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And shit, gotta love it, right? So I guess with that said, then I'll give this one a 6 as well, just because you're right as far as the horror is just so fucking wide open. So I'll go with a 6. What about you, James?
I'm thinking.
Okay. What did you say? Make a 7?
Yeah, I'd give it a 7.
Okay. I do like the argument, and I'm gonna give this a 5. The only reason is because as of right now, if it's a subgenre, and this movie was in a subgenre, like this is a subgenre, it's on the bottom of my list to go watch. Like pick a movie.
That's
from.
fair. That's fair.
So it's like
I'm probably with you on that, because like I don't mind mental health, but I like it more when it's kind of mixed with the paranormal, because it makes it darker, it makes it more twisted, it makes it scarier, a lot fucking scarier, because then you don't know which, you know what I mean?
Sign or I don't know, like unless the disorder makes them do something, like turns it into some kind of type of like not 100% like hardcore slasher, but just something like they snap, like someone gets hurt, someone dies, even if it's an accident. I don't know, something.
Or
I don't know.
I mean, or the family could be doing something to her to make her like this. Like
I almost like.
I guess that's all. I guess that's happened so much though.
I almost like that they didn't though. I almost like that it wasn't so spread out as like a Rosemary's Baby, like everybody was in on it.
Yeah.
You got a point.
I like that it was more about the abuse that she was going through and ultimately getting away in the end. You know, there's another one that I was a little more in your face, but I think that told a good story like this. Invisible Man.
Oh yeah, it did.
I didn't see that shit in a long time.
Yeah, we reviewed it. Remember? We're doing old school. We're doing cult classics or something like that. like Dracula and
Oh
everything?
shit, you're right.
Frankenstein?
No, not the.
Oh no, not that one. He's
Oh,
talking about.
okay.
You're talking about the
You're
newer one,
talking.
right, Nick?
I'm talking about the new one with Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the old school one.
I love the
Okay.
old one too. I love the old one too, but the new one I thought was really good because it deals with that she was being abused by her husband, and he was like, and she felt like a prisoner. And when she finally gets a chance to escape, she can't escape him, and now he's turning it to make her look like the villain.
Mm.
So I thought that's a really great take on the Invisible Man story. Like, and it did it well in. Well, okay, they did it in Hollow Man. And it was. I mean, parts of it were okay. That's all I'm gonna.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember Hollow Man came out. I was like, wait, I said it out loud too. I was like, rip off Invisible Man. What the hell is this shit? I watched it. There was parts that were okay. I was like, okay, it wasn't that bad.
Shit. Oh
I
shit.
love it.
Hollow Man. Who played it? Is it Kevin Bacon? I
Kevin
can't
Bacon,
remember.
yeah, Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Shue were the main stars of it. They were the protagonists.
Okay.
Nice. See that? Horror Sisters 30? Informative, people. Informative.
You got a lot of movies. You know what? Another John Carpenter movie, I think made only bad by the star of the movie, but I think people should check it out because the visual effects first time are really well done, and everyone else acting in it was well done. Like, it was a well-told story. So, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Ooh, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
I didn't see that one.
It came out in the 90s. It was starred Chevy Chase and Daryl Hannah. But because it was Chevy Chase, that was where the problems lied. Definitely think that should. It's not like a weird, crazy, zany movie or anything, but we're checking out, I think.
About to show you guys the cover just in case you people are interested, so you know exactly what it looks like.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
There it is.
There you go, people.
Yeah, and it's not as much of a comedy as some might think because it was Chevy Chase. There were funny elements to it, but it wasn't like a draw out slapstick comedy.
Fair enough. Before we wrap this up, I'm gonna show you guys what I have out there, just as a reminder, show you guys what's coming up and all that good stuff. So really quick, don't forget. I know I dropped it late as shit, but Night Swim is out there, people. Yes, it is out there on Horror Sisters 30's channel as well. And like the king of pop, Michael Jackson said, doesn't matter if you're black or white, and don't matter if you watch this in black and white or in color, but that shit is out there too. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, get your dick out your hand and go watch it.
Can't now. Can't go see the black and white now.
Well, fucking, you fucked up. You missed out. But you need to go. Listen, when this shit comes out, buy the Blu-ray in black and white first. If it comes out in color and on Blu-ray, buy the black and white one first because that's what 30's doing. And then,
they'll probably double box it. You think it'll be double disc?
I hope so. I'm just saying, just in case, James, just in case. And the movie we were just talking about, the movie Swallow, yeah, go check it out. It's not bad. It's over on Hulu. But
I concur with your assessment of this movie.
I know I did not use the Fuji's for this one. I know it's heavy D, but
I thought it was heavy D.
No, it is heavy D. But what I'm saying is, it would have been fucking perfect for this movie right here, just for this movie alone. But I have to stick with the monthly theme because I'm not going to break the rules. I'm not a rule breaker all the time.
You know what, though? You'll be able to use it when it's right, too. There's other ready or nots out there.
They're very true.
See, just by this cover, I can see that this is going to lean towards the horror category.
Oh, yeah. Have you not? You guys
And then on Sterdovision, got it all linked up today, which is I'm pretty happy about. Bam! Talking about Wolf Hollow. A little bit of grind in there with the little, the Indiegogo. Shouting them out a little bit and talking some Wolf Hollow for Sterdovision. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to have a good time.
I think I've seen that. There was a kick where I watched a lot of werewolf movies.
You were talking it was sometime last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my friend a lot of werewolf movies.
Yeah, and that came out. So I'm gonna check it out.
I still say it might be the best transformation is American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty much
like
a staple. That's standard, but that's not my favorite. I don't really even like that movie. The transformation for me is really good. But
No, I thought the transformation was insane.
My favorite
Um,
werewolf movie, I would say, is probably Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers was crazy.
So
Did I
fun.
see
That
that?
was that's a good movie. Yeah, we
Oh, you
reviewed it.
need to make that
Oh,
a
we
part
did.
of something.
We
Like
did.
that.
We
We
reviewed it
reviewed
a while ago. Long
Okay.
time ago.
Oh, that was such a great movie.
It was the where they're in the army, they're in the desert, and they're
Yeah. No, they're
or,
not in the desert. They're in the British Scotland countryside. And they got hung up in that cottage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
right.
family
Yes,
of werewolves.
but they're werewolves,
Yeah.
and they're called dog soldiers because they like. But then there's something happened.
Okay.
That's
You've seen it, Aaron. We
good
reviewed it.
Okay.
It was so good.
It's a good one.
I have to watch that shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
You should do something on your show or even for like TikTok or whatever, your YouTube shorts, whatever you do, but like where you talk about, you revisit old reviews and just be like, does it still hold up with Sturdy or something like that, or Sturdy revisits, and
I like it.
and just like kind of see like, and only when you watch something you know you've reviewed before, like, so if you watch it again, just be like, hey, just watch it again, go check out my full review of what I thought back then, but like, maybe it doesn't hold up, or it does hold up, or I like talking my dick.
I know. I love that idea, and I have exactly what I'm gonna do in my brain in here. And I love it though, because it's like
James heard.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
I love it. I hope you do, because I think that'd be fun. But
Because that's true. Because that happened to me a couple of times. Because I did watch a movie before, and I was like, "It's just okay." And I watched it years later, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I thought I didn't like this. This movie's good." It's like that shit.
Complete opposite. The complete opposite would be the funniest.
Yeah,
It's the funniest. When you're like,
that'd be a cool month for you to do, like a theme. Pick horror movies from your childhood you never saw but always wanted to.
Ooh, I'd have to.
That I never saw and I wanted to.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, I realize it's
that'd be hard. That'd be hard to think of.
Yeah,
like, they have to be from when you were a kid.
So I was born in 85, so movies between 85 and
I'd say 85 to 2000. 15 years, that first 15 years of your life. There you go.
Okay.
Oh shit, man, I can think of so many. I was born in 82.
I can't. I was born in 83.
I never saw the Willies. I want to see the Willies.
I never seen the Willies.
There you go. I've already started your month off.
Well, you know what? We'll think of something. But listen, people, go check out the Scene Snobs. You should. They have a lot of dope shit going on. Just dropped a Godzilla episode recently, episode 5. See how Power Rangers, VR Troopers, and
Beetleborgs connect.
I used to watch them all.
I don't remember.
Oh, you ever watch
Beetleborgs?
But Troopers or something like that?
Yeah, VR Troopers. Hell yes, we are. I can't sing the song because they're gonna sue me. VR Troopers, Power Rangers, and Beetleborgs. See how they connect. I may not have mentioned Beetleborgs in the episode, but I know I mentioned it in the tweet, and you'll see. Dragon Toy.
Ultraman.
Ultraman. Well, Ultraman. No, Ultraman was a different company, and he came out before, because in one of the movies, Godzilla versus Megalon, which we talk about and go in depth, they introduced an android character called Jet Jaguar, who's supposed to be like an Ultraman for that company. Ultraman was already a really popular entity by that point, so like he was really big.
Gotcha.
So yes, go check that out. Make sure you guys check out Popcorn and Pints too. I mean, if you like Star Wars, if you love Star Trek, we're talking about it over there. So go check that shit out. And of course, Horror with Sir Sturdy. Always talking about something in Sturdo Vision. I mean, come on, midnight. What the fuck? You know something crazy is gonna happen. But we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a great night. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.